Welcome back to ESBR Boxing. Owen, good to speak to you again, mate. I feel like I'm seeing more of you than I am my mum at this rate. We are reacting to Dennis Mccann versus Ionut Baluta has been scored a majority draw. The fight was stopped on a cut halfway through round number 9. Scorecards were 86, 85 McCann, and then two cards of 86 apiece. Owen, first and foremost, how did you have that fight scored?
I had Baluta. I had it 6-3 to Baluta. I just thought early Mccann was started off fast. Baluta, he had some nice counter punches. But Mccann, I gave McCann the first round sort of thing. I thought he started quite sharpish. Then I just thought Baluta just dragged McCann into an absolute dogfight. Credit to McCann because we've never seen his chin tested, and my God, have we seen it tested there tonight? But yeah, I just thought Baluta was doing more work as the rounds went on. He was landing more. Yeah, he was landing the more hurtful shots. And he really took the fight to McCann. And yeah, I had it 6-3.
Yeah, I had it 6-3 as well, mate. I could even potentially see 7-2. The best scorecard I could possibly have for McCann would be 5-4 to Baluta.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle to see where you get a draw out of that, to be honest. And I really struggle to see how you can have McCann winning that fight. I think the fact that it's been awarded a draw as opposed to a McCann win maybe will take away. Some people will say that's not too bad a result. It means we probably see the fight again, and it was a fucking really, really entertaining fight, which I suppose is a good thing. But I think Iona Baluta has been very hard done by on that tonight.
No, definitely, I agree. You could just see Twitter group chats. I mean, the lot everyone was just saying Baluta's going to get robbed here, and that's the way British boxing is when we see these fights. But time and time again, we're seeing this man come over here, and he's as game as they come, and he's such an awkward style. Like you watch him when he first starts off, he comes in at weird angles, and then when he gets a sense for it, it's like when you see a matador with the ball and the red flag. He just it's like a deer in headlights. There's so many different analogies you can use, but he just goes steaming in. But it's almost like some of it's a bit wild. But if you watch him, if he misses with the first, so that way he goes steaming in with a big right hand, he'd catch him with the left coming back out. So it's a case of he's flying in, missing, and then he'd come back out with a punch. So yeah, it's a draw. I suppose it's not the end of the world, but I don't want to say robbery, but I definitely think Baluta won that.
It's pretty close to a robbery, isn't it? It's like right on the border.
Mm,
Even like that, the McCann win for me would have been out and out robbery. Personally, I think that
absolutely.
cars, but I think a draw is like just about like
The
not.
borderline.
Yeah, 100%. You described Baluta's style really well there, mate. He's so wild, he's rash, he jumps in with his feet way out of range, but as you say, follows up and he makes it work for him. He's got a brilliant engine. The only thing he's lacking is proper punching power, which is for the best because McCann would have been stopped there. He wasn't a million miles away off getting stopped in that third round. I didn't think. I'm not saying he was out in his feet or anything, but Baluta landed a lot clean. It was a big barrage, and as I say, if Baluta had more punching power, it would have stopped him. But mate, Baluta is a road warrior. Like that's
Mm.
Jesus. How far do you go back? TJ DeHena, David Oliver, Joyce, Conlon, Andrew Kane, Liam Davis. I'm probably even missing someone here, but I tell you what. If you're a UK promoter or any promoter and you're putting your prospect in with Baluta, you better be sure.
Avoid.
You better
Avoid.
you better be sure about them if you're putting them in with him.
I just think I said, I know it's probably a subject we'll get onto, but watching that, it's like Leon Davis's stock has just gone through the
Yeah.
roof. Because I thought that was one of his sort of bigger coming out performances. I thought Leon Davis was brilliant against Baluta. He was calculated. He avoided getting into the war and the dogfight, and he boxed the perfect fight against someone of Baluta's style. But the man, like, I don't understand it. It's like when you see Eddie Hearn putting his prospects in against these Mexicans, or just anyone in against these big Mexican punchers who haven't got the most amazing records, but if they've got 25 wins, 23 of them are knockouts. It's why would you put a prospect in with a man like Baluta, who's got absolutely nothing to lose? He just loves fighting, and he's here to, like I said earlier in the preview we're doing with Raza Hamza. It's Baluta is just like Kiko Martinez, like he's just here to prove a point, and he's got nothing to lose, and he's just gung ho. It's brilliant to watch, to be fair, because we get to see unbelievable fights like that.
Yeah, it's brave matchmaking. The thing though, if you do put someone in Baluta and they win well, like Liam Davis did, and we'll come on to Liam Davis shortly. You've got the real deal if they resoundingly beat Baluta. I think Davis probably beat him more convincing than Conlon did, to be honest. I don't think that'd be too much doubt. But next topic, you give us a decent wee segue into it there. There's been a lot of chat for a couple of months now, but certainly after Liam Davis's win over Jason Cunningham, about Liam Davis versus Dennis Mccann. Now, you would imagine we're going to see this rematch first. I don't think there's any question. And the rematch will be even more hyped than this one was, and I think this was like seen as a really good sort of sleeper card. But we'll chat hypothetically anyway. Liam Davis was sat there ringside. How would you see a fight playing out between him and Dennis Mccann if it was to be next?
Based off what I've seen from the two of them, I wanted to see more. But the more I see of Leon Davis, the better I think he's getting. Yeah. He's taking his chances and he's grabbing them with both hands, and he's just on a one-way path. That was a real eye-opener for McCann. I thought he landed some lovely shots himself, but there was punches he was getting caught with that he shouldn't be getting caught with. I think sometimes, like you say, it's hard not to get dragged into the stand and bang, especially someone where they've sparred so many rounds with each other. But I would have expected McCann to take a leaf out of Davis's book in terms of how to win against Baluta. So if you ask me now, I think Davis beats him, and I think he beats him fairly comprehensively on points.
You would have to make Davis a favourite at the minute, definitely. Liam Davis's sort of last 18 months has been crazy, but I don't think there's too much point. I know we were debating doing potentially a separate video on Liam Davis versus Dennis Mccann, but I think it's going to be a rematch next. I think it has to be. And Dennis Mccann and his coaches have got their work cut out for that rematch. I know it seems a strange thing to say, but that cut from the clash of heads, potentially the best thing could have happened for him tonight, because even on those scorecards, which I thought were dodgy, particularly one of them, the fight was turning against them.
Massively.
So, yeah. We'll wrap it up there, mate. Really enjoyable fight. Plenty of talking points, which we always love for the YouTube channel. Get the views up. Thanks for hopping on tonight for both videos. Thanks to anyone who watched. Like, comment your thoughts on the fight. How did you have it scored at the time of the stoppage? Do you think we'll see the rematch? Subscribe to SBR Boxing, and we'll leave it there. Cheers, folks.
Pleasure, as always.